right, we are on board the 650 2019 Kawasaki Versus today. Going to be taking a ride out in the country. Going to be stopping to get some gas first. Got about a quarter tank left, so be stopping for a fill up. But this is the back side of my neighborhood. I'm only about maybe 3/4 of a mile away from my house. Just took off. What a beautiful day it is here in Florida. It's 72 degrees. That'll be the high for the day. But it's a perfect day. Not a cloud in the sky, as you can see. So you get a lot of these days in the winter time with the dry air coming down here from the cold fronts from up north. So you get a lot of days like this. It's nice. All right, well, hope you enjoy the ride today, and we'll be right back. All right, we just came down 41. That's a famous road. It goes from, I'm probably about, I don't know, 5 miles from there, 6 miles from 41 from my house. It goes all the way to Michigan. I have a buddy of mine that I used to ride with. He lives up in Ackworth, Georgia. 41, he lives right off of 41 up that way. Pretty cool. I mean, you could take that road all the way up there, but you got to go through a bunch of small towns and slow, and I mean, it would take you forever to get to where you were going. But anyway, this is Powell Road. This is one of the better riding roads up here. This is just the beginning of it here. Got some good curves and it's got some hills. I'm just got the best of all the worlds up here, I tell you. So I don't have to go far to get to this kind of riding. I don't really like to ride the bike in traffic, or, you know, go to the store, or just to, you know, there's no sense in putting yourself in harm's way with all these crazy drivers. Look at that guy coming over the center line there. See what I mean? People are on their phones, they're texting, they're not paying attention, so you got to be careful out here. But it's a cool road though. A lot of nice properties out here, bigger homes. Look at that one, nice. It's an old home. It's like a Spanish type place. Got a guy that watches my Don's Moto Tours channel. Joe Smits, he lives up there in the Great White North, I do believe. What's going on, Joe? Gonna maybe stop by a couple old cemeteries later on today. We'll see if we can't roll by one for you there, Joe. But anyway, this is Powell Road. Back to what I was talking about before I got sidetracked on that. And I got a guy behind me here. He's gonna want to come by me. Going a little bit faster than I'm going to be going. So whatever this guy wants to do, he's going to be going by me here in a minute. I'm going to wave him around here. As soon as I get a clearing, I'll let him come on by. See what I mean about all this property out here though? Everybody's got some nice land, a few acres. It's got some curves on it. It's not like being in the mountains or anything, but it gives you a little something to look forward to when you're out riding. Definitely clears your mind of all the everyday, daily grind that everybody's used to doing here. Wonder what's going on here. Guess they're having a big yard sale. I gotta be careful. A lot of people out buying other people's garbage. I don't think this guy knows where he's going. He's got his blinker on. Anyway, we'll be right back. Here's what I'm talking about. This is one of the hills here. A lot of traffic out today. It is Saturday though, so Sunday's usually better for this. Everybody usually sticks around the house on Sunday. But it's going to be raining tomorrow, so not going to be a good day to be out riding a motorcycle. So figured I'd go ahead and get out today, get a little ride in, and before the bad weather shows up later on tonight and tomorrow. It's pretty windy out today, but we can handle the wind. The 650 Versus does pretty well in the breeze. Here comes the guy, man. There you go. Get after it, man. He was riding my ass. I mean, you can ride a motorcycle and you can ride it fast if you want, but, you know, God forbid if anybody pulls out in front of you or a deer runs out in front of you. You know, you got to have time to stop on a motorcycle. And, well, you can either be really lucky all your life. I've been pretty lucky all my life. Some days I think I got 9 lives. I'm a cat or something. Some of the stuff I've been through in my day. But all in all, everything's okay. But this is beautiful out here. Look at all that wide open land. They're buying up a lot of land around the area where I live. A lot of housing developments are going in. Tons of homes. A lot of people are moving here to Florida. There's about 800 to 1,000 people move here a day, which is crazy. However, probably about that much leave a day. That's why the number always stays around where it is. 22.5 million, 23 million people here in Florida. I think it's like the 3rd largest population in the States. One of these days it's going to snap off and fall in the Gulf. Here's a nice little hilly road here. It's a good barbecue joint at the end of that road. Cedar Lane. My wife and I are going to go out to the Texas Roadhouse tonight, where I always get the country fried chicken, which is really good. I'm going to get the brown gravy with the mashed potatoes with the brown gravy and some applesauce. Get me a unsweet tea. Then we'll probably roll through some ice cream joint on the way home. Have our weekly treat. And that's how we roll. Gotta get a treat once in a while, right? Now, when we go on vacation, which will be in May, my wife and I are going to be going on a hike. Going to be taking the truck and flying up to Bedford. Here comes a couple guys here. We'll just go ahead and stay on Powell Road the whole way. I usually cut through there. You can try that on the way back. A nice little sweeper turn up here, left-hand turn right here. Pretty nice little corner. Everybody keeps their stuff up out here pretty good though. It's a cool turn, I like it. Sweeps right around. Then we're going to be going to the regular watering hole where I'll get me a little snack. I'm a little hungry right now. Who knows what I'll get. Can only get so much at a, you know, quick stop. Speedway gas station. Definitely get a cup of coffee. Sit around for a little while. Then we'll, I just checked the mileage on the bike. So it's got 3,000 miles, 3,048 miles over the 600 break-in. So we need to pick up some oil for the bike and a new filter. Got to keep up on the oil changes, just like the pressure washing machines I have. Got to keep up on all that stuff. If you want anything to last, got to do the maintenance. Anyway, I do work out this way too. It says, I get a kick out of this sign. It says, Mountain View. I got a house right way down the end of that block there. I do it every year. It's a nice $400 job. It takes about 3 hours to do. Not bad. Make $1.25 an hour. Hell, I think that's a lawyer pay, ain't it? Something like that. Well, a lawyer pays $300 an hour, but hey, some days I make that. Some days I make more than that. All depends on what the job is. When you're doing commercial work, then you can make more money. Now, this used to be a little motorcycle shop, signs and t-shirts all combined. And I got this little tourist thing up here on the left. They got a drive-in church there still. Since the COVID, they don't go inside anymore. They have it outside. They got a police officer there parked on Sundays, keeping the traffic at a normal pace. Tons of motorcycles up here on the weekend. Saturdays are a little bit less than Sunday, but maybe it's going to pick up today because of the rain tomorrow. This is the place here you can go. The Citrus, Florida Citrus. Got a museum in there, and you can go. They got some wildlife. They even got a giraffe out there. But this is Florida, man. Look at all the Spanish moss hanging from the trees. If you're from up there in the Great White North, you know you don't see any moss like that hanging, right? See it? We'll be getting to the watering hole soon. Hopefully you're all enjoying the vlog, the chit chat about the area. I mean, my idea of having some land would be, you know, a dirt road that goes, or, you know, a paved one, whatever, through the woods. I wouldn't plow my land all the way down where my house is in the middle and there's a million acres of yard to mow, you know. Who the heck wants to get land and have to mow it? I mean, if you want a job, go get a job. Don't have to come home and work, right? And some people enjoy that, I guess. Not me. I like to have my privacy. Have a big gate out front with a big V on one side and a big R on the other. Van Riper. With another sign that says, "We do not call 911. There's another sign that I saw, a doormat. It says, if you're planning on breaking in and robbing us, plan on meeting Jesus. That's a good one. Yeah, see, there's hardly anybody up here right now. There's a couple bikes. Yeah, there's some bikes. Yeah, I was right. There's going to be more people up here today than there was. See anybody I know? Bunch of Harley people over there. Some of the regulars. All right. Come on in and get a cup of Java, and we'll return. All right, here we go. Hooking up with my buddy Matt here. We're gonna go do a loop, so this will be fun. We'll get somebody in the vlog in front here. Now this guy is 81 years old and he's still riding. Awesome. He's got a little 2019 Kawasaki Ninja 400 ABS. Very cool. All right, so we're going to be doing the loop. We're going to be going to Church Road, and it's a great little loop. Then we'll come around and then we'll finish up on Bayhead Road, which will end on Colbreth. We'll make a right there, head down to that flashing light that you haven't seen yet, and can't beat this weather, man. It is gorgeous out here. Anyway, we'll see you when we get to Church Road. Right there, that's Powell Road where we came up. Church Road's going to be down here, and there's the back end of the Mountain View properties up the way there. Have a couple clients in there. Nice little rolling hill there. Usually some cattle out there. Don't see anything today. Boy, it is a windy day today. Look at that, beautiful. Couldn't beat this weather if you had a stick, I gotta tell you. Beautiful. That was Hickory Road there. I had a friend from high school there. Susan Jones Frazier used to live down that road. Now this road here is Hayman Road that turns into Ayers Road, which we will be on the way home after we get done doing the salute. So you can see that it's Hayman Road. See it? It's like, hey man. Never had a customer out there in Hayman. I didn't understand what he was saying. So he finally said, you know, I'm going to say it like this. Hey man. Hey man. You know, like, hey man, what the hell are you doing, man? But anyway, it's Hayman Road. Wide open. Beautiful out here. So if you do a lot of riding and you got some comments you want to make about how I can improve the vlog, make it better, go ahead and leave some comments down there, and then I can go ahead and get after it, you know, make things a little better if possible. And Church Road's going to be coming up here at the bottom of this hill right here. If you can believe we have hills in Florida. Now they have a lot of bicyclists that go here, you can see. Now I don't know if I'd want to be riding a bicycle. Got to be in tip-top shape to ride a bicycle on these hills. A lot of times when I go in the mountains, in the Blue Ridge Mountains, there's guys that ride bicycles. They got luggage, saddlebags on 10-speed bikes. And those guys ride those mountains, you know, 6,000 feet elevation. It's crazy stuff. They got 10 speeds that cost lots and lots of money. Look at all the cattle we got over here. There's some longhorn cattle that we're going to look at on the way home. The guy's got a nice spread of longhorn cattle. You don't see them very often. This is really healthy cows. We'll be checking that out on the way home. But old Matt, he likes to get going, man. He's after it. For 81 years old, I can only wish that when I turn 81 that I'm riding like this guy here. Really nice guy too. I haven't seen him in a long time. There's a group of older dudes up there, and this guy, you know, he used to ride in the track, you know, so he doesn't have any fear. Me, I have the fear factor on a motorcycle. I don't lay down in the corners like a lot of these guys do. I just never had the feel for that. There's I-75 that goes all the way to Detroit, Michigan. I used to live up there in Detroit. used to be a window washer up there on scaffolding. 26-story building was my first job as a window washer. Boy, what a crazy job. Almost fell off the Chrysler building one day. 19 stories. I only weighed about 130 pounds. So I was the guy that set the hooks on the top of the building. So I used to walk the foot wide rail and go hang the hooks. And one day I almost fell off. So ever since then, matter of fact, I did quit that day right after it happened. When I came downstairs, my boss asked me, what the hell happened to you? Because I was white as a ghost. And ever since then, I can't get up on a ladder over 10 feet without getting a little nervous, a little shaky. But that's what happens. Look at that place there. The guy feeds his horse on the front porch there. He'll put a bale of hay up on the front porch. So he has 2 horses. I haven't seen him in a while, so who knows what happened, right? Hay's a big business in this area. See all the bales right there? You get $250 a bale for hay, so now the road gets a little rough here. This is a real good loop. And look at this. I mean, where do you find roads like this to ride? As you can see, there's nobody out here. Horses, cows. Farm living is the thing for me. Green Acres, that was a good show, right? A little corny. Just a little corny. See how he rides? Look at him go. He's flooring it. Like I said, experience is one thing, fear factor is another. I mean, he just laid it down and got right in the corner. But he's on a little Ninja 400. This is a bigger bike, so it's harder to deal with in the corners like he's doing. Look at the view, huh? Nice. Look at him go. Well, what could you be doing that would be better than this on a Saturday afternoon? I mean, really. Nice ride out in the country. Do a nice little loop to wrap the day's event up. And we'll be going out to dinner this evening. Okay, we'll be making a right here. Then we're going to be making a left, I do believe, on Johnson Road. Just a little piece up the road here. Ah, look at that nice piece of property straight ahead. This guy's making a left, making a right. We're just going to go ahead and get after it. Now, Matt owns about 7 motorcycles too. He's got some vintage motorcycles that are James Road. That's what we're going to be going on. Go ahead and get on after it here. This is a good part of the road. This is a great loop. Motorcycles, and more motorcycles. You should see it on Sunday up this way. I mean, people are up here in groves. You get groups of 15 and 25 sport riders, and they're all going really fast, and they got their gear on, and they're experienced riders. They look like I like to say they look like robots, because the way they move is just so mystique and intricate. And if you're not, then you're gonna end up on the side of the road. But they wear the gear that if that does happen to you, you're not gonna have a bunch of road rash and stuff. You know, you have to be dressed for the occasion and be prepared. Like I always say, I'm just a little novice rider. I just like to just cruise around. This is definitely above my speed zone right here. Matt just likes to cruise at a good speed. I mean, nothing wrong with that. As long as you keep the safety factor in. This is a cool little corner right here. Little country road. There he goes. It's just the curve. The curve is what gets him to go fast. That's the thrill of being a rider. Is the momentum and the feeling you get going through a curve at top speed. Now I do it once in a while when the road is, you know, ready for it. It's a certain kind of curve. It's the big sweeper curve, and I'm pretty good at it. But these all of a sudden sharp turns, that's when I have the problem of laying the bike down. But anyway, it's not for everybody. But you can still get out here and putz around and enjoy yourself. And you can catch up in the straightaways. Look at everybody's laying down. Hey, you guys are looking lazy today. Look at him go. He's flying around the corner. Nice. Look at that. Oh, those are peach trees. Check it out. Nice. You can come out here and pick peaches when it's the season. Of course, they're not going to be peaches like I get in Georgia at Lanes. We'll be hitting that in May on the way back from our trip to the mountains. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Lanes is a place that grows peaches, and they grow pecans. And they have a big place, and they have so many plants, and that's the best. It's the best peaches you can buy, that money can buy. If you had to ask me, because I get them, I stop by there and get a whole 10 pounds of them, and I eat every one of them. Not one goes to waste. And then after that, I'll order a couple more batches from there. People think I'm freaking crazy. I'll spend 80 bucks on a 26 peaches shipped to my house. But they're good for you. The older you get, the better you better be eating. I do believe we're going to be making a right-hand turn up here on 577, which we are. There it is. And this is how we're going to get to Bayhead Road. More loop around the parking lot before we get back to the barn, you know what I mean? And I'll have some cool material to work with. Nice little loop. I hope you're all enjoying the ride. It's a long vlog I see. Nothing wrong with that though, right? Another nice hilly part of the ride right here, and there'll be some good scenery here. There's going to be some water to look at. And Bayhead Road has some really nice properties on it. One guy's got like 30 acres, giant lake. What a view. We'll be looking at that. There's a nice watering source on somebody's property. Look at that. Nice, huh? It's been an enjoyable afternoon, I gotta tell you. Doesn't get any better than this. Well, it does if you go to the mountains. We'll be in the mountains of September. Look at that nice sized lake back there over there, huh? Big body of water. Nice. Got some beautiful properties. Now, I was just talking to a guy at the gas station. I know the guy, but I don't know his name. That's awful. It's Matt's buddy, but he lives in St. Petersburg, which is about 65, 70 miles from where we were at the gas station. But he's from Bedford, where my wife and I are going to be going on our vacation. We're going to be staying in a place called the Peaks of Otter. Look that up. It's on the Blue Ridge Parkway. It's a resort on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Look at him go. He just can't resist these curves. I like this kind of curve myself, so. He didn't get too far ahead of me on that one. That's more my style of a curve. You don't have to get too crazy. I think we're going to be going back over I-75 coming up here. Yep, I do believe we are. Excuse me. But this is the kind of living that is peaceful kind of living, you know? No neighbors, plenty of land. We're going to be going left on Bay Head Road coming up. That's Johnson Road. You can take that. That's kind of a boring straight route. Bay Head has a little bit more to offer as far as the view goes. And we'll be approaching that road as the next, there we go. I knew it. Well now, watch out. Somebody go run you off the road. Yeah, this Bay Head Road is an awesome road right here. Very unique. It's only about a lane and a half wide. And once again, some nice places out here. If you like mowing, see what I mean? Guy chops down every tree on the yard. Now you gotta mow. Man, I don't want to mow, I want to go. But if you gotta mow, you gotta stay home and you can't go. Alright, here's this piece of property I was talking about. Look at that. It's beautiful. Look at the lake, the spread of land. It is so nice out there. Beautiful. Imagine waking up to that every day. Beautiful. But he's a rancher. Lots of mowing to do. There's a cool old building right there. Old farmhouse. It's nice out here though. Now, back to talking about Bedford and Peaks of Otter. There's a waterfall there called the Apple Orchard Falls. Beautiful 2.9 round trip hike to go see the falls. Pretty treacherous path, and we're going to be doing that. We're going to be seeing a couple other waterfalls as well. We're going to be doing the Crabtree Falls in North Carolina. We're going to go to Otter Creek. That's up by Bedford. We're going to go to the Mabry Mill, of course. That's a cool place to stop. It's American history at its finest. And I think they built that place 1944, I think. A long time ago. The country's come a long way in 100 years, or less than 100 years. As far as technology and doing things a whole lot more modern than way back then, that's for sure. But the Mabry Mill was used for cutting lumber. It was a sawmill. It was also used for grinding down grain, you know, and corn, the cornmeal. Unique history, that's for sure. And then we're going to be stopping at, like I said, Crabtree Falls in North Carolina. And we're going to be doing Linville Falls. And then we're going to go to Cherokee, and we're going to hang out in the Smoky Mountain National Park for a couple days. We got a couple favorite spots of ours there that we like to visit. Mile marker 13 on 411 in the park is a really cool place. You can just have a nice picnic lunch. There's a nice creek running through the rocks. Very tranquil. My wife and I are going to have a blast, and we're going to do a hiking vlog like we always do. And if you go to The Adventures of Don and Susan on YouTube as well, we have our channel there. And if you can go ahead and subscribe to that, that'd be great. And check out some of the hikes that we do. My wife and I have a very good time, and I think you'll enjoy it. And it could give you some ideas to plan a trip of your own. Very informative about where we're at and what we're seeing and what we're doing on the trips, and then very enjoyable for you. Now, when I go in September, I'm going to be doing a lot of motor vlogs about the area and the mountains. Now that I got my brand new Shoei helmet that my wife bought me for my birthday, and I got the Moto Vlog setup that I'm using right now, I'll be able to do a lot of good stuff and get the channel built up. Right now I'm just kind of doing some local stuff. I don't go to the mountains but once a year on the motorcycle. But you know, we got like 4 more house payments left, and in the upcoming years I'll be going a lot more to the mountains. And what I'm going to try and do, I think my wife will, I think she'll be comfortable on a Can-Am. Nice and comfortable. We'll be able to handle a long ride without being sore. And you know, it's uncomfortable on a motorcycle if you got to sit on one of these little seats, passenger seat. Your butt starts to hurt and you get very uncomfortable. I get that. So if I can get her to be comfortable, that would be great, because then I can get her to go on these vacations with me, and we can go on vacation together every time we go on vacation. You know, whenever I go on the motorcycle trips, I just wish that she was with me, you know, and having the same fun I'm having. But we'll get that to happen. We're going to go do a Can-Am ride day. I'm going to take her and we're going to try it out, and I'll see how she likes it. And if she likes it, I'm going to go ahead and buy a Can-Am. Probably have to buy a small shed so I can fit all my stuff. That's crazy, isn't it? But anyway, we'll see what happens. As she always tells me, don't get your hopes up. But I think I can convince her. One thing about me is I never give up. Well, that's a big flock. Flock of birds in there. Those birds are cool. A lot of times you'll see one of those birds sitting on a cow's head or on the cow's back. Pretty unique. Buzzards. Must have been something dead there. But this is, that was a nice loop right there. I mean, if you wanted to loop it, you could loop it back to the gas station, that's for sure. And make a loop out of it, but I do believe that we're going to be heading back to the barn. Matt lives down the block from me, so I don't know exactly where he lives, but I know he lives close. He lives off a County Line road. I'm off a County Line in Shady Hills. We'll be seeing these longhorns here coming up on the way back out of here, I do believe. He likes to cruise, man. Matt's like the 65 mile an hour, 70 mile an hour man. Unless he's going that fast, he'd just rather just stay home. Look at that. That's cool. All right, here comes the flashing yellow light. We're going to be making a left. Going to be making a left and getting on down the road, baby. Heading back to the barn. And once we get up to the Longhorns, we'll go ahead and we'll wrap this thing up. Hopefully you're enjoying the moto vlog today. Go for it there, Matt. Beautiful. All right, now we're on Ayers Road. Longhorns are going to be on the left. They're very impressive. Although I'm wrong. They're not going to be on the left. Because I didn't come this way. Where the heck did I see those Longhorns? I think they were on Powell Road. Because that's the road I took in, so... Alright, well, I hope everybody's enjoyed the vlog. And I'm going to go ahead and close here by saying, if you got a motorcycle and you know where you can get some country roads to get on, or if you don't have a motorcycle, you might want to think about getting one if you've had an interest. No better way to relax and take it easy. That's a nice piece of property there. Definitely clear your mind, and actually motorcycle riding is like exercise. Look that up on the internet. The benefits of riding a motorcycle. There's many benefits. One of them is exercise. You can burn calories, and just think about it. You're holding this bike up. This is a 449-pound motorcycle, so I have to maneuver this thing around all day long. So your upper body strength can get worked on, you know, and your core just by riding a bike. You know, get out in the woods, ride your bike, take a cruise, clear your mind. It's really perceived as wind therapy. There you go. You can get out and get yourself some wind therapy on a motorcycle. Boy, howdy. You're doing good, right? All right. Oh, I know exactly where the Longhorns are. We will see them on the way back to the barn. All right. I'm Don from Don's Moto Tours, and we'll see you when we get to the Longhorns. All right.